What is going on, everybody? Jay Tarantino here, Angel Vivaldi and Etherius, back with another lesson this week. This week we are going over an excerpt from the 16th Caprice by Niccolo Paganini. And this one is very challenging. It's going to be a lot of fun to get into, so I hope you enjoy. Alright, so let's get right into it. So I start off with a G minor arpeggio. Starts off 5th fret on the D string, so 5, and then 3, 3, 3. So we got that. And what I'm doing is I'm cross picking. So I'm actually doing one note per string, alternate picking. So it would be down, up, down, up. And cross picking is a bit of a pain in the ass. It's definitely easier to sweep pick this, but to me the cross picking is a little more articulate. It's a little snappier. It's not as smooth, and that's kind of the sound that I'm going for here. So if you want to sweep it, you can, but the cross-picking technique is the way that I do it. So we got that first shape. Then it does 5, 6, 5, 6, and then 2, 5. Then it goes back down the arpeggio. So 3, 3, 3, 5. Starting on the high E and going down to the D. So I play this with a clean tone, and I'm not really too worried about what's the word I'm looking for? The separation of the notes. With a clean tone, if they ring out a little bit, that's okay. I tend to alleviate that by muting with the thick part of my palm. So I might do a little bit of that instead of trying to roll the finger, the index finger. So again, then it does 4 on the D and then 2 on the G. Then it does 1, 2, open. So alright, so the next part of this pattern, we move up to the 10th fret on the E string, and we're going to play a D7 arpeggio, the notes being D, F sharp, A, and C. And we're not going to be playing them in necessarily that order, but the pattern is centered around those notes. So it starts off 10th fret on the E, so we're going to do 10, 8. Then we're going to do 10, 7 on the B, 7 on G. So then we're going to do 10, 7 on the D string. Then we're going to do 9 on the A. Then we're going to go back up the arpeggio. So 7, 10 on the D. Then we're going to do 8 on the G. Then we're going to do 7 on B. 8 on the high E. So then we're going to go 8. So we're going to do 8. Then we're going to do 10, 8. 10, 8 on the D, then we're going to do, so after we hit that 8 on the G, we're going to do 10, 8, and then 7 on the G, 8, 7, 7, so this is a tricky pattern because I'm doing the cross picking, so I'm doing strictly alternate picking. Some of it ends up being 1 note per string, and some of it ends up being 2 notes per string. So Alright, so the next round of arpeggios, we're going to move up. We're going to play 10th fret on the A string, and we're going to go through a G7 to C minor, to an F7 to a B flat major. So we're going to start off 10th fret on the A string, so we're going to go 10, 14. Then we're going to do 12, 12, 12 on the B, or I'm sorry, on the D, on the G, on the B. So then we're going to 13 on the E, pull off to 10, back to 12. Then we're going to go to a C minor arpeggio. So we're going to do 8, 8, 8, 10. Then we're going to go to an F7 arpeggio. There's a little bit of a stretch, so we're going to do 8th fret on the E string, 12th fret on the A. So then we're going to do 10, 10 on D, 10 on G, and 10 on the B string. So same pattern as before, except we'll move down a whole step. So 11, 8, 10. So then we're going to go to a B flat major arpeggio. So that's going to be 6, 6, 7, 8. So again, that whole section slow goes like this. And once again, I'm doing cross picking, so one note per string, alternate picking. So I'm doing down. So for that first arpeggio, I'm doing down, up, down, up, down. Then I'm doing down, up, down, up. Then again, same thing, down, up, down, up, down. Pull off, down, up, up. Alright, so we're down to the last couple bars of this opening section, and if you're still with me, give yourself a round of applause. If you haven't thrown your guitar away in frustration, give yourself a round of applause. This is a very challenging piece, and what's cool about it is that it doesn't have patterns that are typical of what guitar players are used to. So that's one thing I always look for when I'm trying to improve my technique is I look to play scales and arpeggios that kind of make me have to think, not something that I can just operate on muscle memory. So this is a very cool opening section, and we'll get into the rest of this piece a little bit later on down the line. But with that being said, let's get right back into it. So we're going to do 6th fret on the low E with a downstroke. Then we're going to skip to the B string and do 11, 10, 8. So that's up, down, up. So down, up, up. Then we're going to go 9th fret on the E, on the low E, that's C sharp. So again, downstroke. Then we're going to do 8 on the high E, then 10, 7 on B. So, and then we're ending it with a 11, 8. So, and now here's where the hybrid picking comes in. So what I'm doing is I'm pedaling this B flat, this 11th fret on the B string, and I'm using my middle finger to pluck that note. So, and I'm using the pick to hit the lower bass notes in the melody. So I'm doing so it's 10, 10, 11, 8, 11, 6, 11. So, and again, I'm hitting that high note with my middle finger. You could do it with alternate picking, string skipping. It's a little crazy, especially when you play it at full speed. But the hybrid picking, I think, works the best, and it's the best sort of economy of motion. You don't have to do as much work. So again, it's 10, 11, 8, 11, 6, 11. Then we're going to move to the low E string, and then we're going to do 9, 11. I'm sorry, we're doing 10, 11, 10, 11, 9, 11. So then we're doing a D major arpeggio to end it. So we hit the open D string. So open D, then 10, 11, 10 on B, 11 on the G. So then we're doing, so after that, we're doing 10, 10 on the E, 10 on the A, so 14, hammer to 10, then just go down the D major arpeggio, so 10, 11, 10, 11, 12, 12. That last G note I just threw in there, it's not really in there, but, so again, it's thanks for watching this lesson, and I hope you learned something as always. And I do plan on doing a more in-depth tutorial on this entire piece with tabs. You know, it'll be like video breakdowns, PDF tabs, Guitar Pro tabs, the whole thing. So I might do like a masterclass kind of thing on this piece. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this lesson, and if you want the tabs, you can head over to my website, jtarantino.com. And when you sign up for the mailing list, you'll get free downloads for these tabs automatically. So thank you for the support. Make sure you check out my band Etherius. We're on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Google Play, the whole thing. And once again, I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you at the next lesson.